I'm sure you guys have seen the XP2 Jungle Pet clear video. Basically what he does is he showcases that you can get insane clears on off-meta junglers by just pulling your Jungle Pet to hit Gromp and Blue at the same time.
You can combine all of this information to clear 2 camps at the same time. I'm gonna press S key here to call the pet towards me, then click under myself, aggro the camp once, move to the other side, use the auto attack to start hitting the blue buff without the movement command so that the pet doesn't reset its position towards me.
Most of the time this will do one of 2 crazy things. Either off-meta champions can actually clear and play the game now in jungle, or 2 meta champions actually just get an even better clear. So I had to get in the lab and figure out, is this worth for Briar? What does it do for her? And this is what I found. Now I'm going to show you 2 clears that I was able to successfully get this to replicate on. The first one I'll show you is it working perfectly, doing everything that it needs to do, talk about why that didn't help, and then I will show what it looks like when you mess it up and then still save it, because that is likely going to happen if you try. So here's the video of me getting it to work on my stream yesterday, and basically what ends up happening, and the camera will move, is that I smite the blue buff to get it to walk towards us, because again, we can't really use our spell like regular, so we want to set ourselves up for success. We auto attack to get the jungle pet to move, and in this moment, he would utilize the auto attack command within your game settings to get his Shen champion to auto attack the blue. That way he doesn't have to input a movement command, thus, letting the jungle pet just stand and auto. Well, Briar has that built into her spell, right? It's her W. So all I did is I just walked to the spot and I used W right inside the circle. And you can see that we have now hit the camp frame 1. We got the smite like we need to. And our jungle pet is hitting the Gromp. It's actually awesome. But what this does is it kind of slows down like when we can W again, because we need the W to go W to the blue and then hit the Gromp or walk to the Gromp and start auto attacking. And then we sync up our cooldowns like regular. But holding the second W puts us in a weird spot where we have to W the Gromp at 600. Now we have to use it for, less value than usual. And then we basically just clear up the, the rest of the cleared like regular with auto attack E, auto attack, and then W. But that start wasn't faster. Now, although the Gromp and Blue are actually dying very similar times, it's the desyncing of your W. You get your W cooldown about 4 or 5 seconds later for your wolves, and that actually slows down your clear by about 3 seconds. Now, this is where Briar gets weird and makes this tech kind of hard and difficult. So, if you notice here in the first clip, when I'm doing the XP2 clear, what I do is I smite like he did in the original Caston clip. And there's a good reason for this. Briar's passive is a bleed, and what bleeds do is they make your jungle pet deal damage, and that's one thing that matters a ton. So, for my best XP2 clear, what I ended up doing is smiting to pull the blue, because if I were to auto-attack the blue, then my passive would proc, and then my jungle pet would be less responsive. Now, you would think that, hey, well, it's taking more time, but the thing is Briar can't auto a second time, because then your passive resets and resets again and makes your jungle pet less responsive even more. And so what you end up with if you aren't using the smite to get the blue buff to walk is you have to auto attack once to get your bleed procking and to pull the blue buff, wait for the bleed to proc, wait for the jungle pet to do its last 2 auto attacks, walk it into place, then use your W to unaggro or re-aggro the blue buff rather, and then you use all of your damage and so on. But what I've noticed in my extensive testing of this is when you use your next W to continue clearing, right, your jungle pet will hop like this. I guess that has something to do with either using a dash makes your jungle pet also dash with you because it's trying to mimic your movements, or 2, it ends up working that Briar's frenzy is actually it's mashing right click and just overtaking whatever right clicks you would have inputted, and I think that might be forcing the jungle pet to act in the weird way and or jump like it did. I know this part of the video has been a little confusing, so let me just talk to you about what I'm saying. So basically, Briar likes to use Smite on the blue buff to pull it into the spot. That way, the jungle pet can get set up properly and can hit both Blue and Gromp to deal the damage. Why you don't like to auto-attack it like Shen likes to do is because Briar has the passive bleed, which makes your jungle pet stand and auto-attack instead of getting properly set up. And even when it does properly get set up, I can't figure out why when I use my second W to deal damage to the blue, it makes the jungle pet jump out of place, and whatever gains we got from the setting up of it with the auto attack and so on just are not worth it. So now let's talk about practical application. So basically what you have here is a full example of me doing this setup. This is actually the version that I talked about earlier where I do mess it up but actually fix it, which was awesome. And basically to talk jungle clears, every time that I set this up, because this application mostly and only applies to Blue Gromp, at least currently, it made Briar's full clear end at 242 at best is what I was able to get. And the reality is that Briar's best full clear, if done everything perfectly, is 236 doing blue buff start. And I can't foresee how it would help any other one because, again, you can't do it Raptors to red and red to Krugs. I guess like technically you might be able to. Maybe he works that out in the future. But overall, all it did was slow Briar's clear down, add these random variables, and that's okay. It's insane that he was able to come up with this tech. Complete full credit. He's kind of the GOAT of stuff like this, so shout out. We just happen to be the champ that it doesn't work for. Until he proves me wrong, which he likely could. So there you have it, basically all my testing where we're changing your W timing, do you W, do you not, when do you W, can you fix it, what does it actually add, even when it's done perfectly, and the end result is that it actually only slows down your blue buff start clear by a few seconds. It is really cool that it just, is even competitive, like it's close, and maybe someday it'll be worth to do it. If there's like an application for doing like red and Krugs this way, and it takes Briar's clear down past 236, maybe there's a reason to swap to that. But in the current iteration with all that I've done and everything that you see here, it does not seem like it's adding anything just yet. I'm optimistic for the future, of course, because this guy's cooking 24/7, and we're going to go straight into a last bite here to keep this video short and sweet, get right to it. So for some reason, I wanted to keep this video short and sweet. That way everyone just gets what they want out of it. You get all the information. The only other thing I could really think to do is just not use W on the blue buff and try and get more value out of the jungle pet. But all in all, it just seems like it's just not meant to be, bro. And it's close. It's not like it's completely griefing it, right? It's only a few seconds off, which is pretty badass. But overall, it really does just seem like tech for different champions, like he said in the video. And yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's about it. So I thought I'd do a brawl game. That way, you guys get your last bites like you enjoy, and we get to just streamline the info to you guys. I should be dying here, no lie. Eee, good try. Not gonna lie, I think I'm missing players. I don't even know what's going on, not gonna lie. But conversation's over. We're getting into the Brawl gameplay, lock it in. Not gonna lie, you do get so much money here, so I'm gonna wait. But yeah, honestly, I'm surprised Brawl isn't as popular as I thought it would be. Something about a TDM mode is what most people think League of Legends needs. But I'll be honest, it just didn't pan out. I wonder why League just has to be Summoner's Rift only, and that's it. Because I'm a big fan of the IP. I'm a big fan of just everything, the universe and everything. But overall, it just, I don't know why it doesn't do better. I wonder often, like, does it matter if you incentivize players to play it more, gave them a reason to? Like, what could you do to change that? I actually don't know. I'd be super interested in the process, though. Oh, this guy's kind of... He does have Karma Shield, right? So I can't kill. Try and juke before this spear comes out. Live! Nice. 2Es. Nice. Man, it feels like Bork just doesn't seem that good into their team, huh? I'm still going to go Bork into Mercs, and then we're going to hope to turn up. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know what you guys think could be a good way to get players playing Brawl. Like why aren't you playing Brawl? I myself, if I had a maybe even like a really stupid, silly, oh my god, I'm cranking, by the way. Like even like a silly little leaderboard like Arena, like I feel like that gave Arena like a good reason to play it, is because like you were actually like playing for something. I do feel like League of Legends as a competitive game is very rank driven. Even, like I'm going to be honest, right? You guys have all heard the thing where it's like, oh, rank doesn't matter anymore in this season, right? And a bunch of complaints about that. Have you seen anyone not playing ranked, really? Like, anyone that was previously spamming ranked, do you see most of them not playing ranked? In my experience, no. Everyone just continues to say it doesn't matter as they queue up the same 10 games a day. And, that's it. That's actually just conversation over. So, yeah, I do think people care about ranks, and I think that could be like a delightful way to make people care about this stuff. I don't think it even has to mean very much. I don't even think it needs to come with like even an icon, really. I don't know. It's just in a weird spot right now. I think the world is kind of rank driven. Like people want to know where they are There's no way you go into this bush, right? Oh, the combo. Are they missing someone? No, they're not. Dude, it's just a weird lobby. But yeah, I guess as a fun mental experiment, we could try and figure out, like, why I'm playing it right now and why no one else is. Or, like these players, right? Enemy team doesn't seem like turbo challenger players. Not shit-talking them, but, there's not millions of challenger players, right? Oh my god, I'm alive. So, I don't know. Is this just like a new player experience that new players have a lot of fun with? Why are you, likely the person watching my video, slightly League veteran, I would assume, not playing Brawl? Again, I love TDM. I think if League could change its identity to something that... Oh, sorry, sir. Sorry, sir. I didn't mean to do it. I'm on fire, though. But, yeah, I love Brawl. No lie. Sometimes it feels weird to not be playing for a rank because that, I don't know. So, yeah, I guess, an icon, a little leaderboard, things like that could really change, everything, I'm guessing. Oh my god, he is drifting. I think I land ult, though. Oh, Malphite, no ult there. Whatever, we're gonna try. Oh, boom! I can hop the wall because he won't Q me, I assume. This is the problem of Briar and Brawl is, your W does not stop over these walls, man. It does not stop. But, who stunned me? Yeah, I don't know, man. I do think, just a little leaderboard, maybe a little icon, something. Or, you know what? The Silver Shields actually did, really well for me. I think Demacia Rising's actually, been pretty cool, no lie. So, I don't know, maybe, give something for playing that. Nah, there's no way, right? Like Cleaver, this lob. Maybe Sterix, though. I do think that the games are very short, and although that is intended, I don't know, maybe a little bit longer. I think one of the greatest things that Riot has ever done is, in Nexus Blitz, where you have to, you have the 1v1, and then the 2v2, and then the 3v3. I think that needs to just flat out be incorporated into everything. I think people really love to, have a publicized 1v1 or skill show or something like that. I think people absolutely love that. Me included. Right? When you're playing with your friends and you get that 1v1 win, bro, you guys get amped. You get amped. I'm dead, by the way. Oh, dude. I was almost out of there. It's really cool. I think call it toxic, call it whatever you want. I think people love to show off in front of their friends. And it doesn't, I don't know, man. It doesn't really have to, mean too much. It doesn't have to be, game defining to have that happen. So, yeah, that's kind of my thoughts. I don't know. It is a really... Oh, my God. It's full AP Ilio. I mean, they know I'm here, right? Oh, my God. They do not. Get the extra auto before you W. I'm dead again. Unless we have the boys. Oh, my God. Should have turned and got a Sundered Sky proc, but I don't think it was doing too much there. But yeah. So there we go. We're yapping right now. But yeah, I don't know. The XP2 clear stuff is really cool. I, myself, am working on a full clear guide. But let me tell you, man, there's so much nuance to it. And there's actually, so much going on. It's not as linear as people want it to be. And I'm kind of struggling with how do I, incorporate all that information. Because, it's more than you think. And if you've taken the time to put the respect towards that, and you're like, okay, I expect it to be more than what I think. It's even more than that. It's way more than that. So do you get what I'm trying to say with this exaggeration? You might think it's a lot. It's way more than a lot. And then it's more than a lot if you expect a lot. It's there's so much going on. I gonna lie, bro? I'm kind of dying. I think I need to play around my Nunu. He seems like the playmaker. I really don't know. Like, I felt like I was fighting. One thing that happens in League, and you can address this too, as I just had to. Just because you're fighting for an hour doesn't mean anyone noticed. Okay, so like me and Nid fought here, and then back there, and so on. Doesn't mean anyone noticed, right? Even if you ping, it doesn't mean anyone had to have noticed, right? So you really have to like sometimes note in games like this, in particular, like, hey, just because I'm fighting, I need to make sure I'm pinging, wait to see my team come, and then I can play. You know, it's actually like a really good help for solo queue. Nice. This game's close. I mean, don't they have the like the loser thing? Isn't there like a loser mechanic? Like when you're losing, you get extra something something. Oh, he has no team here. Uh-huh. Play this blast cone real quick. Oh, I'm scared. No way that hits. Oh, AP Milio does 0 healing. Well, I guess he has ult. Doesn't Milio ult heal? Oh? What are we going? Isn't Guardian Angel taken out? It is. That ruins my plan. Kind of taking a lot of magic damage. My build does enough damage. I'm not even worried for a half second on that. And we're pretty close. What do we need? 1450? Oh, I see the angle. I see the angle. Malphite. Bring it home. Boom. Try to get the condemn. We buffer a W. Come on. And that's teamwork. Ooh. Is that GG? 3 minions, right? A GG. Nice. There we go. Fun little Brawl game. But yeah, man, I think Brawl's cool. Who's getting it? These two are kind of cooking, no lie. Maybe Nunu. But yeah. So there's your XP2 video. Clear guide sometime soon, TM. Here's another last bite, you know what I'm saying? People were asking, hey, are you going to continue to do that? Yes. Just when it makes sense. Which it made sense today. You know what? I know. So you guys have a good day. See you tomorrow. Peace.